What do you make of Molly-Mae? Does she have a point?
Well, she has a point, but let's not kid anybody. If you come from a privileged background and you've had a good education and you've had no hardship in life, it's a lot easier to be successful. I do believe anyone can be successful if they put enough into it. But, some people have a cushion, some people have a step up in life. And, that obviously helps them on their way. It gives them confidence. It gives them an advantage. But to come from nothing and to achieve it, I mean, that's a different ball game. And, a lot of people have done it, but there's a lot of people that are never going to do it because of the life they're at or because they can't get a job.
Well, what about your background then? Because you were born to working class parents. Tell us a bit about you.
Yeah, look, I come from a working class family and a very poor background, and like many people, brought up on a council estate. And we all strive to do something better. And I would say that that's what I've done. I strived and I kept going and was never going to give in. And I get what Molly-Mae is saying, that I'm not quite sure anyone can do it. And yes, there is, as she says, 24 hours in a day, but you've also got to remember that a lot of people haven't got 24 hours a day to try and work and be successful. They've got hardship, they've got debt, they haven't got a job, they've got to look after people. But it can be done, but it's not a level playing field out there. And I think Molly-Mae is, I'm probably going to say it, she's looking through rose-tinted Gucci glasses.
Do you think that? Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but do you think that perhaps these reality stars and influencers are the right kind of people to be held up as role models in our society? Then, because what she's saying, in effect, is true, that if you put your mind to it, yes, you may well be able to achieve things, but coming from her, do you think that perhaps these people are they should just step back and not talk about this sort of thing?
Well, look, she's done well. Let's not kid anybody. I mean, but she's taken opportunities, Love Island, and I think she's a director on Pretty Little Thing now. And she's a super girl, and but she's got an advantage. She's a pretty girl. She looks like she's got a good body, and they're all advantages. Let's not kid anybody. But in the same token, somebody that has come from hardship and not had the advantages that Molly's got is going to struggle even harder. Look, I will say, though, that you can do it, and I'm not knocking her. She's made the best of the opportunities, but, she has had an advantage, undoubtedly, on that,
So what would you say the hardest thing was for you to overcome to get where you are now?
Wow, just not enough hours in the day. I think, the hard work, you've got to keep grafting and non-stop. And, I think it's and how many times you get knocked down, I nearly went bust, and, you got sleepless nights and nearly lost my house once. And, you got all them worries, and I can't imagine that Molly's had that worry. And, you're right. I mean, it does make you sort of progress in the situation. It makes you strive, but in the same token, it's not an easy. It's not easy. It's not a level playing field. And you also got to remember, like, Molly is 22, and she's not really lived life yet. And there's going to be some downs, and can she come back again? But I'm not knocking her. I'm not a hater. I mean, I've never met a hater that's doing better than me. But you do get a lot of stick. You get a lot of these, like, busybodies keep knocking you, and I'm not knocking her, but I think she has to remember that she has had an advantage, and she's got a lot going for the girl for sure. But a lot of this is superficial. I mean, she's only like a two-bob TV reality star, and nothing necessary to look up to. You know what I mean? I mean, some people like, I don't know, Ballantyne and Sugar, myself, and Stephen Fear, the Fear Group. They've all come from nothing. And we've worked hard. We've got a lot of people in work, put a lot back into it. I wouldn't necessarily say we need to look up to these reality two-bob stars. And normally, they're here today, gone tomorrow. You're laughing. What are you laughing at? But she's done very well.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. Sorry, carry on, Charlie.
But anyhow, so opportunities are out there, but we've all got to strive to do better. And some of us, or some people, have got a better advantage than any of the others. But to really come from the ground upward, You know, not anybody can do that, and you know, I feel very, I don't know, fortunate, or I'm not going to say privileged because I certainly ain't privileged, but I took the opportunity, made the most of it, and you know, here we are today, being able to hopefully pass that uh, kind of thing on to anybody. But let's not kid anybody. Hard work does come into it, and you've got to give it everything you can give. And you know, I do, you know, I do think that she's done incredibly well, but you know, she's nowhere near come from ground up with. And people are comparing her with Thatcher, Margaret Thatcher. I mean, I love Margaret Thatcher. I thought she was brilliant. And, you know, I know she weren't working class. Well, she says she was, but she was educated at Oxford and a very, very clever woman. So I'm not going to compare her with Thatcher at all. But in the same token, you know, we've got to learn from somebody. But I wouldn't get too upset with what she's saying. She's doing very well, but very misleading, very superficial.